Hi, this is Misha, and we've already done a video on this rifle. This is the Japanese Arisaka Type 30. In that video, I just had this version here. This is a relatively early production. And I just had this one come in, and this is a late production with the late features. So I thought we would just kind of do a little addendum video comparing the changes that crept into the design, and really a lot of the late features from the 38 would carry over into the earlier Type 99s. Now, for the full history on this gun, obviously refer to our past videos. Very briefly, the Type 38 was a modification of the original Type 30. It was a development of the Type 35. This was actually worked on by Kaijiro Nambu of pistol fame. The original design was from Arisaka, but Nambu would do the updates leading to the 38. This would be adopted and go into service 1905, and would be standard issue in Japan throughout World War I and World War II. It would fire the 6.5 millimeter by 50 semi-rimmed cartridge. So very small but good, very flat shooting, kind of low flash, nice, really actually a very good round for its day and time. They would keep these in production until around 1942, building nearly 3.5 million. Quite a large number, about 3.3, 3.4. They would do the long rifle, as you see here, with a 31-inch barrel. Actually, it's about 30.5, but whatever. You get the idea, over 30 inches. They would also do a carbine with the barrel just a little under 20, about 19.5. And towards the end of production, they would refurbish some older rifles into what they would call Cavalry Rifles, or what we would refer to today as a short rifle. These could have either 24 or 25-inch barrels. And we do have one of those in our other videos, so if that interests you, it's a pretty unusual gun, at least for hardcore Japanese nerds like me. So check that out. And we have a bolt comparison video, so this is just on the differences. So let's start at the butt. The original version has a flat butt plate. Just very standard. And then they would go to this cupped butt plate late in production. It would kind of wrap around the wood a little bit. Moving on, we have a very similar angle to the stock. This one has a little bit thicker stock back here compared to this one. Swivels aren't really any different. Trigger guards are about the same. We both have dust covers. Flip this over. The safety, however, the originals have this very convex, kind of an Audi type safety. In latent production, they would go to an innie, a notched in type safety, a concave. And this would definitely carry over to the 99s. Moving on, originally we have a simple notch ladder rear. Has notches here and here. Very traditional sights. Later, we would go to peep rear with holes in it. We have a peep battle sight, kind of a triangular shape with a hole in it. And we have a peep on the ladder too. We would also change the, what do you call it, the adjustment of just a little bit different contours. Also, and this might be really difficult to see in the video, but it's pretty easy to feel. Up here, this is a very rounded stock, very rounded edges. This later gun is much more squared off and a little thicker too, with more defined grooves. So that did change the stock up a bit. Moving forward, we still have the same styles of barrel bands. And then we get to the bayonet lug. We're pretty much the same. Cleaning rod's much the same. And then we get finally to the front sight. As you see, we add the protective ears, one on each side. Now this would originally begin with the carbine version, because carbines are expected to get banged around a little more. Eventually they would just carry it over to the rifle too, as you see. So there were other small differences that crept around, but that's the big ones, the kind of early to late. When exactly some of these are implemented, I honestly don't know. I don't know that anyone really knows for sure when all of the different changes, because these were made at different Japanese arsenals, different factories, and different factories would do things at different times. Also, between factories, you will have different features. For example, these stock contours are a little different from different factories. And while one factory might adopt an update, say in 1915, another one might not do it till 1920. Or during a rebuild, parts might get mixed up, was with the case with my cavalry rifle. And there's all kinds of things, and we just don't know a whole lot about some of the details of Japanese productions. What we do know come from observations, based on all the bring-back rifles, because so many of the records were lost, other records just simply weren't kept. And unlike, say, in Russia, where all the factories manufactured in a more uniform manner, or in the USA and Britain, where every different change had to be approved, Japan seemed to be a little looser with changes that were allowed to creep into the design. Well, I just thought we would do it since I had both versions here. It seemed like something fun to do. If you are interested in Japanese guns, please check out our other videos. We have a good number. If you like this video, please click like, of course. And if you haven't already subscribed and like antique guns or even modern guns, we have quite a few videos on both. So please think about subscribing. We appreciate it every time. This is Misha. And we'll catch you next time.